Hey there, what is up guys? My name is Caleb and thank you for watching this video. Today I wanted to do a video talking to you guys about what I think is one of the most underrated brands in the omakaji space right now, and that brand is Black Sign. So I became aware of Black Sign, I'm sure like most people did, when I first saw their brand pop up when they were being stocked by Standard & Strange. Currently, Standard & Strange is the only US stockist they have, so if you do want to get something from them, that is the best place to go and do that. Black Sign is a brand from Nagoya, Japan, and they focus on a Victorian and militaria and workwear inspiration, specifically from the early 1900s. And so I have a tag here from a shirt I got from them, and it has a little brand bio on it, and I thought I'd read that to you to kind of help you understand Black Sign and why I think they're so great. It says here, Black Sign, top-notch garments warranted. As for the products of Black Sign, American culture from the Victorian era to World War II, and the style and details of the tailors of these decades became our inspiration. It is for you to decipher the black code. So I thought that was just a cool piece of branding that kind of gives you an idea of who Black Sign is and what their brand is. So if you look at Black Sign's collection, they offer a really wide range of pieces with inspirations all the ways from the late 1800s up to the early 1960s. And like I said, they really focus on taking their inspiration from militaria, workwear, even sportswear, as well as a Victorian era dress. You can see this in their wide variety of offerings, from 1960s blazers to breeches, US submarine jackets, overalls, and also a wide variety of different kinds of denim pants and ranch blouses and denim jackets. Overall, when it comes to Black Sign's ethos, it seems like they're more interested in pulling from their overall historical inspirations and using that to craft a complete aesthetic, rather than being a slave to historical accuracy and focusing just on random one-off reproductions and things of that nature. This idea is covered really well if you go and read their brand bio on the Standard & Strange website, and this is something that is really just clear as part of their ethos when you look at all their different collections, as well as their main website and their online store, but especially their Instagram too. Personally, I really like Black Sign because outside of old Mr. Freedom collections, freewheelers, and ragtime, they're the only brand I found who consistently takes inspiration from older 1800s and really early 1900s pieces and is producing pieces like that today. A lot of brands seem to focus and pull inspiration on a 1930s to 1950s type of look, and so because of that, they really just reproduce these same pieces from that era in all these different ways over and over again. And so I feel like this earlier chunk of the 1900s and this late 1800s is a lot less represented, and so because of that, seeing a brand like Black Sign take inspiration from these eras and then produce really beautiful and well done pieces is something that I really appreciate as someone who tends to get inspiration from these earlier times as opposed to the more industrial and modern looks. So like a lot of other Japanese brands, Black Sign is pretty difficult to get in the US, and so because of that, I think that's one of the reasons that they have stayed so low-key and so small, and one of the big contributors to them being so underrated. As of right now, you can only get Black Sign 3 different ways. So the first way would just be to look at the Standard & Strange website and to purchase an item that they have in stock, and then you can have that shipped to you. The second way would be to contact them, and you can actually ask Standard & Strange to custom order something for you from Black Sign's stock in Japan. And so all you have to do is make sure it's in stock on Black Sign's website, and then they can take that and ship that from Japan to Standard & Strange and then to you. And so this is a little bit of extra work, but it's a really great way to get your hands on a piece that you really like from them, but maybe that Standard & Strange is not currently stocking. The third way would be to use a proxy, and these are a really well-known way to get stuff from Japanese brands that you can't get in the US. Unfortunately, doing these is usually pretty difficult. The ways to do so are not very well published. And so because of that, a lot of people have a difficult time figuring it out, and it's definitely the most complicated way overall to get your hands on a Black Sign piece. So when you're looking at Black Sign pieces, one thing I definitely want to say to my Western audience, especially those of you who are bigger, is to make sure that you're checking your measurements. Because Black Sign really focuses on their specific market, they're not designing their pieces to really fit perfectly on a large Western body type. So me, like I'm 6'1" and 190 pounds. And so because of that, I am their biggest size in pretty much everything. In one of their shirts, I am a 42, and in another one of their shirts, I'm a 44, and so that's on the bigger end. But even across the different pieces inside of their brand, the measurements will be different. So for example, like those two different shirts I have two different sizes because one shirt measured smaller even though it was a larger size. So I'd really make sure that you're checking the measurements, which you should be doing anyways, but specifically because of the way Black Sign designs their pieces, I really think that's worth an extra look. I will say though, the measurements that they do provide are extremely accurate, and Standard & Strange actually uses Black Sign's measurements because they are already so perfect for their own site. So that's something worth taking into consideration. So you don't really have to worry about any sizing issues or them doing sizing in some weird way. So I've told you about why I like Black Sign, but now let's look at a few of their pieces that I really like. The first of them is the Amish Henleys. They're available in a few different colors, and they are currently being stocked by Standard & Strange. They do fit small. They're made out of this thick, heavyweight cotton material, and they're described as being almost sweater-like, and they look super, super comfortable. I really, really like that old school look, and these look like they'd be a great way to add some more depth to your outfit, specifically by layering them. The next piece I want to show you is the 1930s submarine jacket. So this is a wool jacket that looks really, really nice. To me, it almost looks like a mixture between a deck jacket and a pea coat. And so because of that, it takes the elements of these two really other more well-known jackets and melds them together. And because of that, you kind of get the benefits of both of them. And this is a really great all-around jacket, and I think it looks really, really nice, and especially because it looks like it could be dressed up very well, but it is also casual enough to be worn with an everyday outfit as well. I also really, really like their denim. So Black Sign offers a wide variety of different denim pants, from more modern style 5-pocket jeans to more traditional waist overalls. Specifically, I own a pair of their Vocal Leon waist overalls, and I think they're really great. They're supposed to be a more traditional waist overall, and so because of that, they don't have a yoke, and they only have one back pocket, and a lot of those little fun accoutrements that come with those older style pants. A lot of their denim seems to be in the more middle tier to heavyweight, between 14 to 16 ounces, which I personally, it's not my favorite. I prefer a little bit of a lighter weight denim, but for a lot of people, that's what they like, and it's really not the end of the world. My pants are in 15 ounces, and I still find them to be really comfortable. They also have a bunch of different denim jackets, which I really like. I'm not really in the market for one now, but I do still think that they make really nice looking jackets. One thing worth mentioning too is that they do offer most of their denim in black as well as in indigo, so if you like that and you want to have more options, then that's a really great way to do so. So the final item that I really want to focus on, which I think is super cool, are their breeches. You can see here that they have their breeches in a ton of different fabrics, and because of that, I think that they offer a really great variety. These are really, really perfect for right now, especially because there's been this huge trend of ultra-high boots recently with the Clinch Highliners, and specifically the Black Sign and Clinch Transcontinental boots, as well as a wide variety of others. It seems like a lot of guys are getting into 14-inch and plus boots. And so because of that, with these really tall boots, these breeches are a great way to get into those tall boots without a bunch of bunching or uncomfortable layering or folding to get your pants into the tall shafts of the boots. Although if you do look at their Instagram, you can also see a lot of styling of the breeches with shorter boots and shoes as well, and they do a really great job, if you look there, showing you how to style what to a lot of people might seem like a bit of a more intimidating piece. Specifically, I really like the outfits where they style their breeches with different kinds of tennis shoes. I think it's a really interesting look to kind of take a more traditional style pant that would go under these tall boots, and then to use it in an almost sportswear looking way. And I think that's a really interesting example of how they take these completely different pieces and they kind of just combine them together to make their own unique aesthetic. So as far as price goes, the prices for Black Sign are kind of par for the course when it comes to Amakaji style clothing. However, the one thing I will say, for the quality and thoughtfulness of design you get, compared to a brand like Freewheelers or Nigel Caborn Mainline, which are also made in Japan, and in my opinion seem to have similar levels of detail and thought put into their design, Black Sign does offer their pieces at a lower price. Granted, the Black Sign aesthetic is pretty minimalist, and so because of that, there is not a lot of unnecessary or extra details which drive up the price of garments a lot of the time, so that is also worth taking into consideration. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick breakdown of one of my new favorite brands. I think they're super underrated. Not enough people know about them, and I hope a lot more people start to get into Black Sign and start purchasing their stuff so that we can see some more interesting ideas and pieces from them. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. If you would like me to make more videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Thanks.